you. I think it's given the feedback anyways. Okay, hello. Lucky for you guys, I'm in the last decade, and I'm also going to be the shortest speaker, unlike myself, who is probably the tallest in the room. I love Rayjon. I am so proud to be part of an organization that is older than I am. Rayjon was 1986, 88. So, Rayjon is very dear to my heart, though I'm probably one of the newest people to Rayjon. I care so deeply about Rayjon since the moment I landed in Haiti. And I'm so honored to be up here in front of all of you who have done so much for Rayjon in comparison to, the little work that I have done in the past couple of years. So thank you to everyone here tonight. It is amazing that, this many people are here, and if we could really have all the people here that we wanted to thank, this room would be overflowing. We'd be in the basement. We'd be partying on the beach. So thank you so much for coming. And before I get into my 4-minute, 5-second speech, I just want to acknowledge Heather. Heather has taken care of the agenda for the evening and a lot of the organization. So thank you to Heather. Thank you for So I first heard of Rayjon when I was in elementary school. I attended Sacred Heart, and of course that's where Fall Fair occurred every year. But I really started thinking about Rayjon when I was a leader in youth group. Joanna Duresi was my leader there, and she did a presentation on the DR trips and the Haiti trips. And from that moment on, I decided I was going to go. And a few years later, I was in college, and I went on my first trip. It was an amazing group of people. I was so humbled and impressed with what our partners in Haiti are able to do and what they have accomplished. I was just blown away. Of course, that was post-earthquake. It was 2008. I think when I look back on my trip, what I most remember is thinking, I'm going to this sad place with all these sad people who don't have anything. But definitely when I came back, that's not the story I was sharing with people. I was talking about, laying in the church on a mat one night and hearing this beautiful singing with drums, banging away, and these beautiful voices booming in the night. And, it was just amazing to see the energy that the people have in Haiti. And, from that moment on, I decided that I had to keep on with Rayjon. So when the earthquake hit in 2012, there was an amazing outpouring of generosity across the nation and the world. When there's a disaster, people love to jump in and help, and that is amazing. But one thing I remember when the earthquake hit is I remember thinking, Rayjon is there all year, every year, regardless of what is going on in Haiti, if there's a disaster or not. They are always there for them and supporting them and stepping up to their needs, to healthcare, education, even just knowing that someone is out there caring about them. Of course, Maggie and Diane mentioned about the CETA funding. In 2012 is when we lost our CETA funding. Obviously, that was very devastating. We had, 75% of our project funding was from CETA. So we definitely had to sit down and reevaluate how we were going to do things. And luckily, our partners in Haiti were right on board with us, and we were able to rework things and be able to carry on. It's amazing because some groups, when you're used to that kind of funding coming in, they could have said, we're done, let's, forego this project and quit this, but, all they did was step up, and we're still able, through all the fundraisers and all the donations, we're still able to be there for them and carry out projects, so it's really amazing. In 2014, I went back to Haiti with a very smaller awareness group, and we were with a monitoring trip, and it was a much different trip than my first one. I remember being in Port-au-Prince and walking around in 2014 and seeing buildings that were still being worked on or hadn't even been started or still rubble. And I remember thinking, you know, all these 4 years later, these people are still struggling to rebuild, and still you could see the effects of the earthquake everywhere. You know, and as I stand here today, you know, I can't help but think, you know, 2 years ago I was there and they're only rebuilding, and now they're being hit again. And I know, of course, that they're all in our thoughts and prayers, and we appreciate all that. So like I said, this is short, so this is my last thought. As I leave you, I want to tell you what draws me most to Rayjon. Though it's as I said, it is amazing to see people come together when there's a disaster. It is more amazing to see a group of people, small town people, come together and share all their ideas and raise all these funds, and they never stop caring and empowering the people so far away from home. Not only for the past 30 years, but I'm sure I can say for certain, every year, every month, every week, every day, from now on. So thank you, everybody. One more thing, one side note, just so everyone is aware, if anyone is interested, this Sunday at 1 o'clock at Grace United is our first trip meeting for the trips in March to DR and Haiti, I believe. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. Thank you.